welcome back to Ben Rides Motorbikes. Today is the second video in the series that I'll be doing on Apple CarPlay kits that fit into the BMW Motorrad mount on my new BMW R1200GS Adventure. And you saw the original, hopefully you've seen the original Rider Nav R7M video and seen some footage of that one in use. But I just wanted to show you that CarABC have sent me out one of their units, the DB601. So unlike the Rider Nav, this is a 6-inch screen, and rather than sitting on the cradle, this one sits in the cradle, so it doesn't obstruct your view quite as much, and it's a little bit simpler and perhaps a little bit more user-friendly. So I'm really looking forward to giving this one a try. Just to be completely transparent, I received this unit for free. They sent it out for me to test and to feature in some of their videos. I don't have to say anything in particular about it. I can form my own opinions and put them out there. But this is essentially a very simple product. So it's just a device designed to go into the Motorrad Cradle that will give you CarPlay functionality. And I'm hoping that it, like the Rider Nav unit, it'll be very much easier to use with gloves on than what my phone is when it's sitting in the in its cradle on my handlebars. And yeah, that I'll be able to just use things like Apple Maps, Google Maps, and Apple Music or iTunes, I should say, and be able to listen to podcasts and audiobooks while I'm doing some long rides. So anyway, let's get into it and see what it looks like. Much like the Rider Nav packaging, this is really, really nice. The cardboard's solid. This arrived a day later than the Rider Nav, but they both arrived within a week of being sent, which is pretty amazing, given that they both came from Hong Kong, I believe. So this one's got color instructions. So it looks pretty good. Packaging is good. It looks kind of like my iPhone packaging. The instructions are really clear. They're all got lots of diagrams and whatnot in them. So I'll be sure to probably never read those ever again, because Australians don't read instructions. So we've got a USB cord. It's just a USB-C cable. I think I'm down to my last 140 of those, so that'll come in handy. And the unit itself, yeah, much like the Rider Nav one, it's kind of about the same weight as my iPhone 13. Yeah, very nice looking. Like I said, this one actually sits inside the cradle rather than on top of it. It looks like it's got, oh yeah, there's a USB insert. And unlike the Rider Nav, because it's just that little bit less sophisticated, it doesn't have a spot for expandable memory. But yeah, mostly that could be a feature that appeals to some people. I know a lot of people just like simpler designs So this could be the go. Anyway, cut to me putting it on the bike. You can see that it's got the same long bar down the bottom, and then up the top we got the two little bits so we can clip it into the motorized cradle, and of course the little power and information bar on the back there. Alright, cut to me at the motorbike. I'll see you out there. Okay, here we are in the shed with the BMW, and you can see I've got the rider nav unit plugged in there now, and if I carefully move the camera, you can see that the rider nav, so I've got the cradle here, and then it sort of sits right outside the cradle. So even though it's got a lovely big screen, it's quite obtrusive. Definitely there are some good and bads about it. It does obstruct some of the screen even when you're sitting down, and it it does make it so that you can't see the screen at all when you're standing up. But having said that, you pretty much can't see the screen when you're standing up, even when there's nothing in the cradle. The cradle does get in the way. So let me try and put this down. And we'll get our key. Unlock the cradle. Pop that out. So you can see that rather than being flush on the back, there's quite a big mount there where it sticks out, so it sticks out quite a fair way. Whereas on the CarABC one, you can see it's actually inset, so it sits very nice and flush in there. Well, I think it does. Let's find out together. So we can tell that this is the bottom because it's the end with the long slot on it. So we'll sit that in there. Close the back and lock that. And there you can see it's a really nice fit. It looks really really tidy in there. So there's only a small amount of gap around the edge. Yeah, wow, actually looks pretty good. Anyway, let's fire it up and see what it does. Oh wow, it's come on very, very quickly. And it's managed to sync up straight away, which is cool. So that should be the screen that takes us to all our settings. So we've got our different dimming modes. And let's see if we can connect it to, like, I'm staying true to my word. I haven't read a single instruction. Let's see if we can do that now. So we want CarPlay. Alright, let's get my phone. Bluetooth. It's pretty explicit with its instructions. Particularly the waiting time for the first connection is long. Only Apple phones are supported. So my phone is still searching for it. It's looking for CarABC 5AF5. There we go, it's found it. So what was that, maybe 30 seconds? It says it's connected, so if we go back, it done. Wow. That's fantastic. So that looks a bit overexposed on the camera, but in person, that's fantastic. So this one will take us back to our CarABC screens. It's like a home screen, a brightness, settings, tyre units. Let's go PSI. And back to CarPlay. It's perhaps a little bit less responsive than the Rider Nav. It's a heck of a lot cheaper than the Rider Nav. Some of the functionality it's missing is it on the Rider Nav. I mean, obviously, the display is an inch smaller, but what you do get for that is it definitely doesn't obstruct the screen quite as much. But it's a heck of a lot cheaper. I'll put the prices up on screen. But it, oh, my bike's going to sleep. But the Rider Nav does give you the opportunity to control your action cams on it. Not that I've worked out how to do that yet, because that would involve reading the instructions, which I'm going to hold off doing until the very last opportunity. Let's turn it back on and see how quickly it reconnects. I mean, the clarity of the screen is really good. They're both fantastic. I've never heard of the brightness. Oh, look at that. That was quick. I've never heard of the term nits in terms of brightness, in the way brightness is measured. But apparently this is 1000 nits and the Rider Nav is 1200. So the Rider Nav is slightly brighter. Again, it does cost a lot more money, and you know, this is, as it stands, brighter than the BMW screen at the moment, which is dimmed because it's dark. And if we go up to, that's maximum brightness. I wonder if we can set the screen to auto. No, doesn't look like it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to taking it for a ride and giving it a try using with gloves. Oh, there we go, turning off again. Because I have to say I'm impressed with both these units, and given how much this one costs, it certainly seems to be a bit of a bargain. So anyway, I'll link to the product in the description, and yeah, cut to me now taking the bike for a ride, and you can see what it's like in real life. All right, cheers. Okay, we find ourselves out here on some back roads, and I've got the CarABC unit plugged in and working. It's currently in offline mode because I'm literally out in the middle of nowhere at the moment. Mind you, with Telstra that doesn't take much. But as you can see, the 6-inch display on this is incredibly clear. It doesn't obstruct the view of the main screen at all. Probably more so from the view you've got, because the camera is a couple of inches down from my eye line. So I know from where I'm sitting I can see the top level of the screen, so I can see the fuel gauge
and I can see the mode that I'm in. I love the way how it integrates into the BMW Nav Cradle. It just seems to fit in there really beautifully. Like they've engineered that really well, and it's so solid. It's not going anywhere in a hurry. The touch sensitivity is great. It's a, you know, these are relatively thin gloves, but it doesn't seem to matter. Like even with my rain gloves on, my big thick Gore-Tex gloves, it works brilliantly. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend it at all. We're so spoiled for choice these days, but yeah, I think I'm leaning towards liking this one. The Rider Nav one is really good, and I'm sure if I can get the action camera integration working, then I'll be super happy. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to stick with this one because I just like the way it works with the bike so much better. But anyway, time to crack on. I think this dirt road runs out soon. Such a beautifully maintained road. Yeah, I can see some bitumen up ahead. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description of where you can find CarABC. I do, yeah, full disclosure, they did send this out for free. I don't have any commission links or anything like that, so if you decide to get one, you know, that's completely up to you. But yeah, from what I've seen so far, I'd definitely recommend one. If you've got a Nav Cradle and you want to put it to good use, I don't think you can go far wrong. Alright, well, thanks for riding with me. Thanks for watching the video. Don't hesitate to subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thanks for tuning in.